Now, I seem to recall after Iowa, Marco Rubio was supposed to be the GOP establishment's golden boy, right? Well, that's of course after Jeb failed to get people to even clap. But hey, I guess we should just give him a break. Give him a break, right? Now, it turns out after Rubio's disastrous debate performance, where he essentially got suicide bombed, not my words, it's not my words, he got suicide bombed by Chris Christie and ended up getting 5th in New Hampshire. Now, after all of that, Congressional Republicans are now, of course, according to The Hill, citing prominent Republicans that are reevaluating Marco Rubio's presidential campaign. Now, translation. The establishment is not pleased with the performance of Marco Bot. He needs to be retooled. Maybe a new OS, maybe something like that. Maybe install a new printer. Anyway, the establishment here. All right. So Senator Shelley Moore Capito, right, who's a Republican from West Virginia, said, quote, people who have already endorsed Rubio are probably concerned to see how he can come out of South Carolina. I think there is a definite level of concern. South Carolina, right? See, that's the thing. South Carolina is going to be the home of the next Republican presidential primary. And according to Real Clear Politics polling averages, Rubio is polling in at third at about 12.7%. Now, of course, he's handily being crushed by Ted Cruz and especially Donald Trump. However, Jeb is actually Marco's closest competitor, who polls in around 10%. Now, because of that, some lawmakers are actually giving Jeb a second chance. Oh boy, a second chance. Now, it's funny because Bush actually beat expectations. Remember, they had really low expectations of Jeb Bush. He'll never fix it, right? Well, his expectations got a little bit higher when he finished in a virtual tie for third place, just ahead of Rubio, was 11% of the vote. Remember, this is where Donald Trump crushed everyone. And the establishment saying, ooh, we're going to take a look at that Marco Rubio. He tied in third. Ooh, that's nice. It's really sad. Now, on Bush, Capito says it obviously breathes more life into his campaign to push him down to South Carolina, where he probably doesn't want to go. Dude probably wants to go home. But they're not letting him. They're not letting him. Maybe if people would just please clap, it would be better. But anyway, so it's not just polling that could spell trouble for Marco Rubio. Representative Walter Jones said this: there's questions not about his ability, you mean to regurgitate lines? I have questions about that. But no, he continues. There's not questions about his ability, but about his lack of experience. Senator Jeff Sessions of Alabama said, it looks like people are reassessing Rubio's chances. He had big momentum out of Iowa, and it wasn't maintained. It's funny how people can peak and never recover. It is funny. In fact, we've seen that a lot. Remember Rick Santorum? Remember Michelle Bachmann? Remember Herman Cain? He peaked. And then gone. So, that's because, winning Iowa on the GOP side, it really doesn't matter all that much. I mean, Trump lost Iowa, right? And yet he's winning everywhere by a huge margin. Huge lead. If you win Iowa, it doesn't mean you're going to win the nomination. Some of the people that I cited, Rick Santorum and Michelle Bachmann, they also won Iowa. And where did they go? Did we have a President Santorum? Nope. Thankfully, no. Now, there's another Republican strategist, Steve Schmidt, right? Who's, of course, he ran Senator John McCain's campaign in 2008. Now, he said that Marco Rubio's campaign is, quote, bleeding out. He told Morning Joe a fifth-place finish in New Hampshire means effectively he's bleeding out. That campaign is effectively over unless he can pull off a miracle and win the Nevada caucuses. He also added, he doesn't have a path in South Carolina. Now, I have a video of a meeting between Rubio and one of his campaign consultants, and I want to show that to you right now. It's exclusive.
Look, you stupid bastard, you've got no arms left.
Yes, I have.
Look!
It's just a flesh wound.
It's just a flesh wound, man. I'm hurt. I'm hurt coming out of New Hampshire, but I can do it. You've got no chance, man. And look, maybe that was more appropriate for Jeb a couple of days ago. But now they're starting to look at Jeb a little bit more seriously, which, once again, a little strange. Now, the Hill continues. Rubio's GOP critics are making the argument that he's not ready to run for president, particularly given, and guess it, this is the reasoning, the media. Damn mainstream media. Here we go. Let's see. Orrin Hatch, who's backing Jeb Bush, says Democrats can run a younger person like John F. Kennedy because the media is with them. Republicans will have a more difficult time because if somebody's young, they're going to get beaten up like never before by this biased media, this damn liberal media that hates me, right? No. It's not the media that hates you. It's the fact that you're a fake rehearsed politician, and right now people hate fake politicians. Let's be honest, they hate the fakery. But maybe, I don't know. I mean, let's dispel with this fiction that Marco Rubio doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. I know. I shouldn't do that.
Don't you ever do that. Don't you ever do that. I tell you don't do it.
Exactly. Now, he continues. Let's see. Well, actually, Rubio said this. What happened is, obviously, Saturday night, the debate went the way that it went, and just the media coverage over the last 72 hours was very negative about it. Now, that was Rubio on Fox and Friends. Now, here's the funny thing about this, right? He was so disconnected, like, to everything. See, Rubio's your standard fake over rehearsed establishment politician, right? He didn't realize that in this election, that is a liability. He actually thought that he was doing really good in the debates until he checked Twitter. Now he's got people dressing up as robots following his campaign around. It's hilarious. He had no idea. He's like, that was a good debate. Oh, shit. Twitter hates me. That's awesome. But see, who would have thought? Who would have thought that in this election there would be such a pushback against establishment politicians in favor of someone, for example, like Trump? And it turns out these strategists, these insiders are scratching their heads. They don't understand what's going on. I don't get it. Canned responses always work. My focus groups and my political consultants told me so. Why is Twitter mocking me? Why are people following me around with robot suits? Why is someone like Donald Trump Donkey Konging me in the head? Why? Well, it's because they hate fake, rehearsed, sanitized politicians. And you can call Trump a lot of things, but one thing he isn't is sanitized.